Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about how social scientists are viewing the social change and what models they are applying to understand the social change. The social change has been described differently over the course of time. Although we have observed that change is constant, it is universal, it is continuous process. However, yet many social scientists disagree that how these changes in societies occur. So we're going to talk about the different models of social change. And some call it as a natural process of universe, while some also claim to be the class conflict. The others call it a necessary decline from a particular stage to another stage. So let's first talk about the evolutionary theory of social change. As you know that evolution means that it's a gradual historical process to from one specific direction to another direction, and society is viewed as progressing to the higher levels, and our own cultural attitudes and behaviors were more advanced than those of the earlier societies. So right now what we are observing is the much more developed and much more progressed and much more complicated societies as compared to the societies in the past. And even in today's world, we can also see the pace of social change is different regarding different geographic periods or geographic areas. For example, in the rural areas, you would observe that the life is not as complex as you find it in urban areas, and so are the patterns of interaction. And evolutionary theories view society as in the constant change. So here is just the reflection of how evolutionists view not only human beings as biologically evolved from unicellular to multicellular and then from one species to another species. And in these evolutionary theories, we have a model called the unilinear evolutionary theories. It means that uh, few of these social scientists agree to the fact that all the societies have formed the one path or the unidirection of social change from one point in time to another point in time. Like Auguste Comte, the very famous pioneer of sociology, he saw society as progressing into the positive using the scientific method. So, for Auguste Comte, the society has transformed from uh, theological stage to metaphysical stage and then to the positive or scientific stage. So, it means that it's a gradual progress in the historical time period from very old traditions or being ritualistic to becoming a scientific mind. And then we have Emile Durkheim, who has observed that all the societies has passed from simple to complex social structures, and for that he denotes them with the sense of social solidarity, and he sees that the way societies have evolved are from mechanical social solidarity to organic social solidarity. Herbert Spencer also views, and he's pretty much the social evolutionist, so he views the societies to just like the living organisms, and he sees that just like Darwinian evolution that talks about the biological progress of or the biological changes in the structure of the biological organism, and he rather sees that societies have also followed an identical path just like the biological organisms, and he relates that the parts have moved towards a common end. It means that societies have also progressed from simple to complex. And then we have another view that disagrees to the unilinear evolutionary models, and like Gerhard Lenski, he sees that the social change is actually a multilinear process rather than becoming a unilinear model. So it holds that the change can occur in several ways, and it it is just like a carrefour, like every path is coming towards the same end, or maybe every path is going towards the different directions. So change is the multilinear. Societies do progress, societies do evolve, but it is not necessary that can adopt only a unilinear path. Every society can go towards any direction. And if you would observe, some societies are historically on a relatively simpler stage as compared to other societies which are pretty much developed and considered much more complex than the other societies. Functionalist sociologists emphasize on what maintains the society rather not change it. So since they are pretty much interested in the social order, balance, and harmony in the society. So they would view that what makes the societies not to change, or in other words, how these societies resist the social change. So functionalists view the society as being in a natural state of being stable and being balanced. So by stability, it means that they tend to resist the change because the change might create disbalance in the society. One aspect of the society would be considered not fitting in the overall social structure. So by that, every other part of the society would tend to resist that social change, so that the society should be able to maintain the balance and order in the society. So according to the equilibrium theory, change in one aspect of society requires the adjustment in the other parts of society. And in the absence of these adjustments, equilibrium disappears. And then we have the conflict theory. It views the conflict theory's views are emanated from the ideas of Karl Marx. So it views the society as being composed of two classes, bourgeoisie and proletariat. Bourgeoisie ensures the status quo in which social practices and social institutions are favorable to them in order to continue their subsistence, in order to continue for their survival. And change plays a critical role in remedying the social inequalities and injustices. So, conflict from a conflict perspective, change is a must. It is indispensable for to create the social balance or social equality in the society. So Marx accepted to the evolutionary argument that the societies develop along a specific direction. He didn't agree to the postulate of progress with each subsequent stage. That according to Marx, that it is not necessary that societies are always progressing. Rather, he would suggest that societies might be declining. Maybe by that, Marx means that although societies appear to be progressing from its structural point of view, however, as far as its functions are concerned, like the norms, the values, the morality, particularly these, or the humanity, these aspects are concerned, it might be declining. So rather, he argued that the history proceeds in the stages in which the rich always exploit the poor, and the weaker class is of the people are on the subjugated position. So social change is not necessarily for the betterment of society, it may be for declining the society.